Welcome to our third Yoga for Back Pain class. Now, hopefully you've been doing the first one and the second one a little bit, so we've kind of built up to this, and hopefully our backs are feeling a little bit better. We're going to start today seated. So sit comfortably, whatever that means. You can straighten your legs if you need to, but our eyes are closed, our shoulders relaxed, and we're starting to focus in on what we're going to do today. So this class incorporates a little bit more strength than the other two classes did. Sometimes one of the causes or contributors to back pain is weak muscles. So we want to start to build those a little bit, get a little bit more strength in, at the same time still incorporating some of those gentle nurturing poses and some flexibility. And as always, we've got our minds set toward healing, toward rejuvenation, toward feeling good. Everything we do here today is for that purpose, to feel better. So let's take our hands to our sides and inhale them both up above the head. Exhale them down to the floor. Inhale, float them up. Exhale, float them down. Timing your breath to your movement. Again, inhale up. And this time exhale one down to the floor. Reach that other one up and over. Inhale back up, both hands up. Exhale, other side. One hand comes down, the other one reaches over. Again, inhale up. Exhale to one side, reach over. Inhale up. And exhale, other side. Inhale. This time, exhaling down, and we're going to hold it. So you can come down to your elbow, but you don't need to. You can just come to your palm. Either way, whatever feels the best. Both sit bones are keeping you connected to the mat. Good, let's inhale back up. And exhale the other way, again holding here. Breathing deeply into that open side, sending your breath into that space, making use of that space. Good, inhale, both hands up, palms together. Let's exhale them down over the heart and fold forward over our legs. You can come to your palms or down to your elbows, just going as far as it's comfortable. Holding here and breathing deeply, sending your breath into your open back, expanding that area, making space. Good, coming back up to switch the legs, other one on top or in front, and fold forward again. First, find your long spine and then gently hinge toward the floor. Palms or elbows, doesn't matter, whatever feels good to you. Nice deep breaths. Let's come back up to sit tall, and then we'll move to our hands and knees. Placing the wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips, toes curled under. We're going to lift the knees just off the floor, hovering them there a couple of inches off the ground. Straight line down the spine, the belly button's lifted. We're starting to call on that core a little bit to do some work for us today. It's not done, it's just getting started. Good, let's lower the heels down. Walk the hands forward a little bit, spread the fingers wide, and come down to a kneeling down dog. Your head resting on the floor if it goes. If not, you could rest it on your block. Either way, we've still got some weight under our hands. Our hands are still active against the floor. Hips above the knees, and we're breathing. Each breath deep and meaningful. Breathe with purpose. Good, let's lift the shoulders a little bit, and we'll come down to our elbows, to an elbow plank, starting from the knees and staying on the knees if you want. If you want a little more challenge, if you're ready for that, lift the knees up. We're on the toes. Double check that straight line from head to heel by lifting the belly button, even tucking the tailbone a little if you need to. Good, knees rest down. We'll walk ourselves back to child's pose. Really settling in with the breath, And appreciating this pose of healing, of rejuvenation, of space for our backs, for our spines. Good. With an inhale now, sitting on the heels, hands on the floor by the knees, moving into a kneeling cat. So we're going to inhale as we arch the back and exhale as we round the back, bringing the chin toward the chest. Inhale, heart comes forward through the shoulders, chin lifts, and then exhale, belly button squeezes toward the spine. Inhale, arch, and exhale, round. Good, settle into this, moving with your breath. Couple more just like it. If it's a little faster or a little slower, that's okay. Find the rhythm that's in your body. Good. Now sliding forward again, back to all fours, and a spinal balance. So with an inhale, we're lifting the right leg and the left arm, stretching them forward and back. Exhale them to the floor. Then inhale, right arm, left leg, reaching forward back, exhale to the floor. Again, other side, left arm, right leg, reach, exhale down, and let's keep alternating with the breath. If this feels like too much challenge, just do your upper or lower body. If you want to keep 3 points on the floor, you can. Good, breathing, breathing. Let's go right leg, left arm, and hold. Still breathing. Maintaining that strong center, your strong core. Exhale to the floor. Other side, lift and hold. Good. Exhale to the floor. And we'll slide back. Child's pose. Now we're going to move into this little plank and we're going to build on it in a second. But for now, we're exhaling back to child's pose and then inhaling forward to kneeling plank, coming to a very strong kneeling plank position. Exhaling to child's pose. Fingers are spread wide. Inhaling forward to the plank. Exhaling back to child's pose. You could stick with this. Just keep doing this if you want the whole time. Otherwise, we're going to inhale forward to plank and then exhale lower toward the floor. Inhale, press back up, and exhale, slide back. Again, building that arm strength, tricep strength. Inhale to plank, exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, child's. Good, now keep moving with your breath. I'm going very far down, but you don't have to. Go as far as you can, keeping those elbows right by your side. Don't let them sneak out to the side. It's not worth it just to go deeper. That's what we're trying to learn to do, is go all the way down, keeping our elbows by the side. Good, building again, lowering all the way down and lifting to a cobra on the inhale before exhaling back to child's pose. With me here if you want. We'll inhale forward, kneeling plank. Then exhale, lower all the way down this time with control. Inhale, lifting the shoulders, using the back strength. Exhale, pressing straight down to come back to child's pose. Again, inhaling forward to plank. Exhale, that mini chaturanga, elbows in tight all the way to the floor. Inhale, the back does the lifting. Exhale, let it go and push straight down. We'll settle into the floor. I'm bringing my arms up like a goalpost. So my elbows are right out from my shoulders and my hands are across from my head. I know you can't quite see it there, but that's where they are, like a goalpost. My right leg is sliding up straight out from my hip. Knee at about 90 degrees, settling into crocodile. The left side of my face is on the floor, so I'm facing toward the knee I have bent. The other leg stays straight. And we take some nice long breaths here, restful. Good. Go ahead and straighten that leg back out. Straighten your left arm and roll to your left side. So you can rest your head in your left hand, and we're going to take the top leg and lift it up and lower it down. Lift and lower. Bringing it up to about 45 degrees or so. The hips are stacked one on top of the other. Good, and now both legs together if you want. That right hand can rest on the floor if you need a little extra balance. Breathing all the while. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you release. Good. Rolling gently back onto the belly. Straightening yourself out, and then bringing both arms overhead. Head is lifted slightly, and we're going to lift one leg and the opposite arm. If you want to start with just the legs here, you can. One leg, then the other, lifting with control, hands connected to the floor. And then if you want, we'll add on. Breathing as you go, the hips are staying connected. If you're adding that arm, remember it's the opposite one. So the left leg comes up at the same time as the right arm. Right leg comes up, same time as the left arm. Really reaching forward and back, just like in that spinal balance. Same idea here, just a little more challenging. If it doesn't work for you, remember you don't have to do it today. If it doesn't feel good, don't bother. Good. Now resting the right side of the face on the floor, arms back to goalpost shape, and the left leg is going to slide up and bend. So my left knee is straight out from my left hip, or even a little bit up toward my belly. Nice deep breaths in crocodile. Good, and then bringing the right arm up so you can roll onto your right side, resting your head in your right hand, and we'll lift the left leg. Left hand on the floor for balance. Hips are one right on top of the other, and we're bringing that left leg up with control and lowering down. Good, now both legs if you want. Exhaling as you lift. Inhaling as you lower. Good. Nice and slow, rolling back onto the belly, bringing the hands back under the shoulders, squeezing to press straight up, and we'll come back to our kneeling down dog. Spine nice and long. And then go ahead and move your knees in a little bit so you can settle into child's pose. You can stay extended if you want, arms out in front, or bring your arms to rest by your side. Breathing deeply here. And we'll stretch our arms forward again. Let's take them to one side. Walk them to the right until you feel that stretch down the left side of your body. And then the other side, walk them to the left until you feel that opening on your right side. Back to the center. And let's straighten our legs, moving through a plank, shoulders above the wrists. You could come to a kneeling plank if you wanted, or this full plank. Belly button lifted, strong straight line, head to heel, and we're breathing, we're breathing. Good, when you're ready, let's slide back to a downward dog. Fingers are still spread wide, the middle fingers pointing forward. Sit bones lifting, heels lowering. Heart moving toward the knees. Good. With a big step, we'll come all the way up to standing and facing the side of the mat. Legs wide with the toes pointed toward those corners, and we'll inhale both arms up. And then exhale, bending the knees, sweeping the arms down into a sunflower. Inhale, straight legs, arms up. And then this time, exhale, sink down into a sun god or sun goddess pose. Goalpost arms again here. Long, straight back. And the knees are moving in the direction of the toes, so your legs are staying really wide. Good. With your inhale, straighten and reach. And then point both toes in the same direction, so they're parallel to one another, pointing straight forward. We'll inhale the arms up and exhale down to the floor, coming to a wide leg forward fold. The back is long, and then the shoulders and head are relaxing. Now this is a good place to use your block. If it doesn't feel good to come that far down, bring your block under your hands. You can use it on any edge. Give yourself a new floor. Good. Now gently, we will walk ourselves to one side. You can keep your hands on the floor, or you can hold on to your ankle. Breathing as we deepen the stretch through that side, and then gently walking to the other side. Hands can stay to the floor, or you can hold your ankle. Using your arms to kind of bring yourself a little deeper. Each breath lengthens the spine. And we will walk back to the center. Long back to come up as we inhale, reach. And exhale, turn the right toes toward the right end of the mat. We'll bend that right knee and come into a warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg, and then exhale, warrior two again. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, warrior two. Good. And this time, let's hold. Arms are straight out from the shoulders, really reaching, and you're gazing over the middle finger of that front hand, the right hand. The right knee is directly over top the right ankle. Bringing that strength into your right leg, welcoming it there. Good. Let's inhale, straighten the leg, and then reach forward with your right hand and down into triangle. Another good place for your block here. You can rest your right hand on your block. Left arm is reaching up, and we're opening up toward the sky, toward the ceiling. If it's not comfortable to look up, you can look down. If you feel like you can go farther, you can take that block out and reach for the floor. With an inhale, we're lifting up strong, and we're going to switch our feet so that the toes are pointed to the corners of the mat again. We'll inhale both arms up and sink down into the sun goddess, sun god pose. Palms forward, goalpost arms, knees on top of the ankles. Really wide legs, using the muscles in your legs to open them wide. Sitting as low as you comfortably can, and then inhale, straighten and reach. Point the toes directly forward, and exhale, fold forward. Wide leg forward fold the second time. Double check your feet that they're parallel to one another. Use your block as needed. Let go of your head. Let go of your shoulders. And we'll breathe in to come back up. Turn the left toes toward the end of the mat and exhale to warrior two on the other side. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two, your deepest yet, and we'll hold it. Looking over the left hand. Shoulders right on top of the hips. So we're sinking straight down when we want to go deeper. Welcoming that strength into the left leg. Inviting more strength by sinking lower. And then we will inhale to straighten the leg. I'm just going to grab my block again here. Reaching forward with the left hand and then down toward the block or the floor. Right arm reaches up, triangle. Right rib cage opens toward the ceiling. Right hip opens toward the ceiling. Look down if that feels better on your neck. And we're still breathing, right? We haven't forgotten. All these poses have so many little details and intricacies, but we don't need to worry about that. We just get as close as we can today, and tomorrow's a new day. Good. With an inhale, come up, pointing the toes, back to the corner, and then sliding the heels in, walking your feet together until they're under your hips. We'll inhale both arms up. Exhale the palms down together over the heart and shift the weight into one leg. We're going to bring that other leg up and cross it over into a figure 4 balance. So the crossed foot is flexed and I'm sitting down and back like I'm coming to a chair. I can bring my elbows to rest on the leg if I want. So I'm finding that stretch in the hip as well as the balance challenge. So if this doesn't work for you today, don't worry about the hip so much. Just focus on the balance by lifting one leg up off the floor. Good. With an inhale, come up, keep that leg up. We're going to turn toward it. So my right hand is coming down to my left leg and my left arm is opening behind me. So you're twisting toward the leg that is up. If the balance is a challenge, bring that toe to the ground. Hover it right above the floor to give yourself a place to catch yourself if you need to. Good. Back to center with an inhale, palms over the heart, and then release the leg to the floor. Same thing other side. Both arms up on the inhale. Exhale, palms together. Shift your weight to the other leg. Cross the leg over, and then sit down and back. Foot is flexed. Breathing into the belly. Use your breath to steady your body. Good. On an inhale, stand up tall, keep that leg up, and then twist toward it. So now my left hand is coming down to my right leg, and my right arm is reaching behind me. Hips are staying square to the front, and then you're twisting to that side. Again, keep those toes near the ground if you need a little extra balance help today. That's okay. Every day is different. Nice and slowly inhaling back to the center and then exhaling to release the leg. I'm going to step to the front of the mat here and inhale both arms up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Good. With an inhale, you can flatten your back a little bit and then exhale, fold all the way. Bend your knees if you need to, if that feels better on your back. Let go of the weight of the head and shoulders. Use your block under your hands if you need to. And then we're going to take a big step back through plank, finding yourself here in plank, and then back to down dog. Nice deep breaths. This could be a child's pose if you feel like you're ready for that. Good. With an inhale, we're going to take the right foot up and wide, bringing the left knee to the ground. So the right foot is outside the right hand. If it's hard to reach the floor, get your block. Get yourself up a little bit higher. Breathing into the hips and letting them open, letting them relax. Good. Lift the left knee up and with control, step the right foot back and slide to down dog. Same thing on the left. Step forward wide so the left foot is outside the left hand. Then bring the right knee to the floor. Let your hips move forward and down as you lift the heart a little bit to keep the spine long. Feel that space moving into your hips, a lot more mobility there that we're creating. Teaching our bodies to remember this range of motion. With control, lift the left knee and step back, then back to down dog. Nice and easy, let's lower the knees down and come again to our child's pose. Arms by the side, palms up. Taking the knees a little bit apart if that feels better. Bringing your block under your head if that feels better. Finding your breath, slowing it back down, and sending it with love to your back. Our bodies want to be well, they want to feel good, and your body is so grateful to you right now for giving it this time on your yoga mat. Very gently, let's roll it up. Sitting up tall on our heels just for a second, and then we'll bring the legs in front. I'm just going to grab my block so I have it close. We're going to need it a little bit later, so make sure it's within arm's reach. Now let's take the hands behind us, fingers pointed forward. Legs straight out, toes and kneecaps pointed up. And with an inhale, lifting the hips. Exhale, lowering the hips. Again, inhale, lift. Your entire back body activated. Good. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Good. You can keep coming up and down, or you can hold it right here just for a second. Good, and then let it go. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit, bring the soles of my feet together, knees falling open to the side, and then gently folding over the legs. Inhaling to lengthen the spine, and exhaling to bring the heart toward the floor. Deep breaths. Inhaling, lengthen, and we'll roll back up, sitting tall, stretching the legs out, and then rolling down to the floor, vertebra by vertebra, coming to rest on our backs. Again, make sure your block is within reach. And we'll start by bringing the right knee in toward the right shoulder, holding the hamstring and hugging it in close. As you exhale, go ahead and bring your forehead up to meet your knee, and then inhale, release the head back to the floor. We'll stretch that leg back out, and then exhale, bring the left one in. Keep breathing. On the next exhale, bring the forehead up to meet it. Inhale the head to the floor, and then stretch the leg back down. Right leg, exhale it in. Deep breath in, and on the next exhale, roll the forehead up. Inhale the head down. Release that leg to the side, bringing it across the body into a twist. Now I'm going to rest my knee on my block over there. I know you can't see that, but that's what's happening. And I'm stretching my arms out wide. And you can look back at the ceiling or in the other direction, away from your knee, taking that twist all the way up your spine. If you want something deeper, you can take that block away and let your knee come all the way down to the floor. Very gently, let's roll that back through the center. Straighten yourself out on the mat. If you got a little crooked, let's hug the right knee in one more time and then stretch it out long toward the mat. Left leg comes in on an exhale. Breathe in, and then the next exhale, roll the forehead up to meet the knee. Inhale the head back down. Release the leg to cross it over the body. Again, resting it on the block if you want. Rolling your head back in that other direction. Feel and appreciate that mobility in your spine. The spine is a magnificent structure. It's really amazing. And we don't think about it very much, I think because it's behind us. So we don't look at it in the mirror all the time, but it is incredible. And twists are so very nourishing for the spine. Just keep it gentle, keep the breath going. Nice and easy. Bring that knee back through the center, hug it in again close, and then let it go to the floor. Now grab the block here, bring the feet up onto the floor, knees up, and on an inhale, let's roll the spine up into this bridge pose. Holding, knees over the ankles, and then grab the block and just slide it under your body here. We'll lower the spine back down until your sacrum is resting on the block. So the block is not up high, it's not on your low back, it's down under your sacrum, under your hips. Then we'll bring the knees up toward the chest, and when you're ready, straighten the legs. Supported shoulder stand. I love this pose. Once we get here, fairly relaxing, nice and easy, go ahead and roll your ankles around a little bit. Maybe flex your feet, wiggle your toes. And then settle into this restful place. We'll take a few deep breaths here. You can close your eyes. Take this moment of stillness to really feel some appreciation for your back, for your spine. Whatever pain there was or is in your low back, thank it for sending you that message that something's not quite right, that it's not quite comfortable with the way things are going. It's speaking to you. It's trying to tell you, make a change, make me feel better. So that's what we're doing here. Nice and easy, let's lower the feet down one at a time to the floor. Knees are still up. Press into the feet to lift the hips and remove the block. And then rest your back, your hips, back down on the ground. You can keep your knees up, feet on the floor, or you can stretch your legs out. Either way, we'll rest our arms by our sides, palms up. Shavasana, our final relaxation. Close your eyes, let your shoulders move away from your ears, and then settle back down into the floor. Give yourself these next couple of minutes with gentle breathing, with a clear, quiet mind, and a quiet, calm body. let's bring some movement back into your body, starting by wiggling your toes, your fingers, and then carefully rolling to your right side. Pausing there before using your arms to come slowly back to a seated position, comfortably seated, whatever that means. Let's close our eyes for just another moment. Shoulders relaxed. Breathe deeply into the belly, grateful for your body and for what it can do and what it did here today on the mat. Know that it's always moving toward health and wellness. Let's bring our palms together over the heart. Namaste.